What is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here with yet another video, and today we are going to talk about the NG models release predictions. So what is NG models for those who are not familiar with them, and why do I do these videos? So NG models is a Chinese-based model aircraft company. They produce die-cast model aircraft in 1 to 200 scale and 1 to 400 scale. And every month they put out their hints showing what the releases could be. And I am going to make a video about it and give my predictions for these model aircraft releases. We have a lot of fun with these, and my accuracy rate has gone up quite a bit over the last year or so that I've been doing these. And so today we're gonna do the July 2021 releases. I believe it was just about 1 year ago I did my very first release set hint video, which I really enjoyed, and I have made a bunch of these and I enjoy making them every single month. So we're gonna make more once again, and this time we're doing the July 2021 releases, and we're gonna get started with the 737s. I will show the hint on the screen, and then I'll show you what aircraft I think it'll be. So first off, I want to thank all the photographers who allowed me to use their photos for this video. For any aircraft I was not able to secure a photo of, I will just have the hint up instead of showing any of the pictures, because I don't want to use any photos without permission. And all the photos that are used in this video have credits in the description if you want to go check out their work. With that being said, let's get started with these 737s. This will be in 1 to 400 scale. All of these appear to be 1 to 400 scale releases. Now, sometimes NG models does make a couple models that they don't put hints in, so keep that in mind when the releases do come out. First off, here we have two 737s, and the first one is going to be the Southwest Freedom 1 aircraft. November 500 Whiskey Romeo is the registration of this aircraft, and this one is pretty much all but confirmed because NG Models has already confirmed that they will be making this aircraft in an Instagram post, and most retailers have already put this aircraft up for sale. You can already pre-order it, and in fact I have already pre-ordered one. And so this one is pretty much guaranteed to be the Southwest Freedom 1 Special, which is a very cool plane and will be a great model. Next will be an Alaska Airlines plane. This one is N4 with 4 X's after that, so you have to guess what the rest of the registration is. I think it'll be November 492 Alpha Sierra, which is the UNCF special livery for Alaska Airlines. This one's supposed to be like a tolerance livery or something like that, and it's a pretty cool livery, and it'll be really interesting to see NG models make it. Now, they were having some licensing issues with Alaska Airlines about 2 or 3 months ago, so it'll be interesting to see if they have fixed that, and if they are now licensed to make Alaska Airlines models once again. So one of the most interesting possibilities is that Delta Airlines might have given NG models a license to build their models, and the reasons why is some of the hints for the registrations would lead to possible Delta Airlines aircraft. That includes the 757 hint, which is November 6 something, and this one is very clearly a November 600 Delta Lima series aircraft, which is Delta's 757s. The majority of the aircraft are in this series. Now, some of them had different parts at the end of registration. Some had Delta Alpha, some had Delta November, some had Delta Lima. But I think it'll be November 659 Delta Lima, a 757-200 with winglets. This one is the Generation 2 aircraft with the 2 large emergency doors up front, just 1 large emergency door in the back, and 4 overwing exits. So this aircraft will be really cool. I don't know exactly what registration they will make, but this is just my predicted registration right here. I think it'll be really cool to see the Delta 757 in 1 to 400 scale. Now, of course, many of us watching the video know that a cease and desist letter was sent out to prevent companies like NG Models from making Delta Airlines models. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle this if they actually do release a Delta Airlines aircraft. Next up, I believe this next hint will be a Raya Airways 757-200. Now, you might remember we already got this plane about 6 months ago. However, I believe this will be the exact same plane, 9 Mike Romeo Yankee Alpha, but this one will be in the older livery, the older titles, where it has Raya Airways and very thin letters. I think that's what it will be, and I think it'd be a cool model. Not one that I would pick up, but a cool plane. Next up, we'll be getting two 747 SPs. Now the first one is pretty obvious. This one will be an Iran Air 747 SP. This will be in the standard livery. I think it'll be Echo Papa Dash India Alpha Charlie, and the reason why I think it'll be this one is this was the last 747 SP to be operated by a commercial airline. It flew its last flight in 2018, and according to the photo here, that was in May 2018, May the 9th to be exact, that the last flight of an Iran Air 747 SP was, and this was a commercial flight, which is really cool that a 747 SP survived into 2018 on commercial services. There were only about 6 left in the entire world in operation as of 2021. We did lose one over the winter due to a hurricane, but there are 6 left. Most of them operate for charters or are privately owned. But this was the last commercially operated one, and I think because of that, NG Models will make this one. The next one is a bit interesting. This one is a Bravo 1 release hint, and this leaves only a few aircraft that could be in this registration. Most of the Chinese 747 SPs had a Bravo 2 registration and were operated by Air China or other Chinese carriers. There are only a couple aircraft that had the Bravo 1 registration, and this is the most famous one right here. November 1880. It was operated by Mandarin Airlines and by China Airlines, the Taiwan-based airline. Now, Mandarin Airlines, if I'm correct, was an airline based in Hong Kong, while China Airlines is based in Taiwan. So it'll be interesting to see which one they make. I think they're going to make the Mandarin Airlines one, but it is entirely possible they do the China Airlines one. Next up, we have 3 A330s, and the very first hint can only be either a Delta or Northwest A330. The N800 series is only operated by Delta and Northwest. Northwest was acquired by Delta Airlines, so I think it will be a Delta Airbus A330-300, November 828 November Whiskey. The reason why I pick 828 as the registration I think they'll make is this is one of the most photographed A330s. Another one that they have photographed quite a bit is November 818, but I think it will be 828 as my predicted registration. 2 other A330s that we are going to get. The first one is going to be a Saudi Arabian A330. Now, this one is going to be an A330-300. I think the registration that we will get is Hotel Zulu-Alpha Quebec 24, because there are a lot of good photos of this aircraft, and it's a really cool plane. I think this one will be an awesome model. Not one that I would get. I'd probably get the Saudi Arabian 787, which NG Models made. But the A330 I think will be a pretty popular model as well. The final aircraft I'm very confident on, and I'm pretty confident on this registration, is this will be a Sun Class Airlines A330-200 Oscar Yankee-Victor Kilo Foxtrot. Now, this aircraft was formerly owned by Thomas Cook Airlines. However, due to the collapse of Thomas Cook and the entire travel agency of Thomas Cook, portions of that company were parted off and acquired by other companies. Condor did get saved, so they will continue to operate both as an airline and as a travel agency. However, portions of Thomas Cook, particularly the portions that were in Sweden, have been acquired and have been rebranded to Sun Class, and it's a new airline. And it looks like it'll be interesting. It'll operate there in Scandinavia, in portions of Scandinavia like Finland, Norway, Sweden. And they have an interesting livery. They're not my favorite livery, but it's kind of an interesting one. The text for the airline kind of looks like the Sears font, and I believe it is exactly the Sears typeface. This will be an interesting aircraft. NG Models has made an A321 for Sun Class, so if they make the A330, that would make a lot of sense, and I think this will be kind of a cool and interesting model. Probably not one that I would get, but it'd be an interesting aircraft. And then finally, we have the L1011s. Now, these were a bit hard to figure out, but I'm going to do my best to take a good stab at it. The first one is a Victor Romeo registration, which is a very interesting registration because there aren't many aircraft in the Victor Romeo series, but I believe this will be a Cathay Pacific L1011-100 TriStar. Now they did lease these out to Dragon Air as well, but that model has already been made by NG Models, so I think they will do the Cathay Pacific one as seen here. NG Models, I believe, did do a Cathay Pacific L1011, but it was in a different livery. It wasn't in this kind of white and green livery here. It was kind of in the older livery from about the 1980s, and this is a 1990s livery. And so it'll be an interesting model, and I think they'll make the Cathay Pacific one. They did make a Cathay Pacific A321 Neo recently, so that does prove that they can make Cathay Pacific models. The final aircraft, this one was very difficult to tell because it was a November 1 series L1011. Now there are some of these that could be. It could be a TWA one, but I think it'll end up being this one. This is a Northrop Grumman L1011-300. Now this is a one-of-one aircraft because it is a unique testbed platform aircraft, and it has some extra pieces on it that you can see on the underside of the aircraft, which are used for testing Northrop Grumman technology. This aircraft is registered as November 140 Sierra Charlie, and will be an awesome addition to the L1011 fleets, as this is a very unique one and is kind of one of those unique like testbed aircraft that a lot of collectors like to buy models of, because some of these unique aircraft are just kind of interesting to have, and a lot of people buy those planes. So I think they'll make this one, and that brings us to the end of these release predictions. What do you think NG Models is going to make? I'm going to try and get this video out before the releases actually come out, so this video might come out really late at night or something strange like that. But I do appreciate you all for watching this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Definitely drop your release predictions in the comments below because I want to see what you think they'll be. But these are my predictions, and with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and God bless you.